Hi guys, welcome and welcome back. Seer Soul 3 with me, Lise. This is going to be a general message for my gems of my eye. Doing things a little different today, guys. So some for me, some for you. See what goes down the stairs? It's pretty cool, right? See? All right. Okay, gems of my eye. Let's get into it. So this is going to be, we're going to do a third eye insight reading, okay, which is a 3-card spread, and if I need to clarify, I will. All right, let's get into it. Gemini, have you hit that like button? Have you commented? Have you shared? Have you subscribed? Hit that like button and subscribe. Please comment too. I want to know if this reading resonates. It's a free way to support me and my channel, guys. Free way to support me and my channel. And I'll keep doing these reads. Let me turn that incense over that way. I love Nog. All right. So, gems of my eye. That's what I call my Geminis. The third eye insight, it's good for like a general read. It's a quick insight on any matter. So, guys, this could be business, finance, career, family, friends, love, romance, platonic, however it works for you, right? Let's get to it. Okay, Spirit. Show me for Gemini, what's the essence or the focus of the situation? Just give me one. Make it turn over, make it flip or fall. Flip, fall, or turn over. One. Okay. Okay. I just noticed my cards came upside down, so I looked. So I'm going to flip the deck upright because as we know by now, all my cards are upright, so if they come out in reverse in some way, shape, form, or fashion, I am a reader that reads reversals. So we will get into that. What brings clarity? It's the Tower in reverse, guys. This is a Tower upright, but it came out in reverse. Scorpionic energy. I also see this as Aries, me as a personal reader, because Scorpio and Aries both share Mars. Show me what brings clarity to Gemini with regards to this situation. What brings clarity? Give me one. I only want one, Spirit. Make it flip, fall, or turn over. Only one. What brings clarity for Gemini? Eight of Swords? You're over-intellectualizing. We'll get there. What brings balance? Too many. I only want one, Spirit, for what brings balance for Gemini for this situation. Make it flip, fall, or turn over, please. What brings balance for Gemini? What brings balance? Show me. Show me. Make it flip, fall, or turn over. Spirit. Make it flip, fall, or turn over. 2 more shuffles, and then we're going to pick from the middle. Oh. Okay. I picked it up in reverse. All right. So for the essence or the focus of the situation, you have the Tower in reverse. For the what brings clarity, you have the Eight of Swords upright. What brings balance? Knight of Cups in reverse. Pretty clear, cut, and dry. Overall energy is you. 4 of Pentacles. Let me rephrase that. This is an Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn card, but the overall energy, what the read's about, is you protecting what is yours, period, on Earth. Tangible, practical, here and now. That's Earth energy, right? So you're harnessing that, or that's the energy, like that's what the read's about, is you protecting what's yours. The situation, or the essence or the focus of the situation is something trying to not crumble. Because the Tower in the upright is anything built on a faulty foundation, spirit, universe, God, Buddha, higher self, whoever and whatever you believe in the Most High, right? Or whatever, if you're an atheist, well, if you're an atheist, you're probably not watching this, but if you are, it would be whatever that is for you, whatever, you believe in, right? Tower in reverse, something is stopping from changing. There's a stopping something from changing or happening. We're going to clarify real quick. Spirit, clarify the Tower in reverse for gems. Four of Swords. Yeah, what are you thinking about? There you are here, because over here too, what brings clarity? You got the Eight of Swords, but in the situation, Tower in reverse clarified, Four of Swords. You're not ending something because you're thinking about something. What brings clarity? Nothing, because you're over intellectualizing something. Sometimes gems. So what do we know about Gemini? Well, we know that you're Mercury, which Mercury is the house of communication, but also you are the sign that is the sign of, they call the twins, right? Because it's the sign of the twin soul of self, the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy that we all have within us, right? We've talked about this. When we as humans speak to children, we are using our feminine energy, regardless of sex or gender. Plus, there's no sex or gender in tarot. It's all arbitrary. It's the energy of. When we as humans assert ourselves, we are using our masculine energy, and we all have that within us. Gemini has a balance of that, right? You use your mind and your heart. But right now, there's an imbalance because you're over intellectualizing something. And the fact that you're an air sign and an air sign card came out tells me that you are in your head. You are, and then for the situation, because what brings clarity? The Eight of Swords. That doesn't bring clarity. You need to stop over intellectualizing something, and you need to see that your path is not, that your path is clear. This is just all there's something in your head that needs to be looked at, because if you look at this woman right here, she's not really bound very tightly, is she? First off, it's like a mirror, if we look at it, right? She sees herself, in the traditional, all right, let me back up. In the traditional Rider-Waite, we know that we see a woman bound, right? And then there's usually 8 swords around her, but she's not tightly bound. If she were to take that blindfold down, right, and pull on one of those strings, she could wriggle out. But that's in the traditional Rider-Waite, right? This is a different deck. She's looking at herself in the mirror and seeing that she's got all these things that are keeping her bound, but it's not real. Look, it's not real. The clarity is you understanding what you're over intellectualizing about is not real. You're stopping something, Gemini, from ending, or from a faulty foundation in some way, shape, form, or fashion from crumbling, period. Because you're in your head. Four of Swords, more more air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius with the Eight of Swords. And what do we know about the Four of Swords? We know that that's meditation. We know that it's contemplation. We know that it is not a decision-making card, because we are in our thoughts, contemplating what to do next. The situation is not ending because you're in your head. Clarified by Four of Swords, clarified by the Tower. But then when we asked what the clarity is, what brings clarity, you understanding that you're over intellectualizing something, that what you're seeing or what you're thinking about, it's not real. There's something that has to close out. There's something that needs to crumble, whether it's a job, whether it's cutting off family, friends, a lover, a relationship, platonic, romance, however it works for you, right? Like moving, maybe it's something like that, guys, right? What brings balance? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. What brings balance is you putting a stop to, this is The Knight of Cups in the outright and the upright is like a finesser, is like not here for the long time, but here for a good time. It's a finesser, it's a suave type guy, right? Like, I'm not going to say guy, I'm going to say masculine energy, because you can be a feminine and in your masculine energy. You could be a masculine or male in your masculine energy. So take it how it resonates, make it fit, but don't force it. It is the feminine energy of the masculine emotions, right? It's like that. Does that make sense? It's more of a feminine touch. It's a finesser. But yours came out in the in reverse. Remember, it fell, and I picked it up, and the card was like this, and then it was like that there, and I picked it up and held it up, and it was in reverse. So what brings clarity is you understanding that this type of behavior, these types of personality is not for you. That's what's going to bring you not the clarity, the balance, is understanding. You're over intellectualizing something. Something's not working. Something's not going to change, and you're stopping something from ending or changing because you're in your head. Get out of your head, get into your heart, because your heart knows at this time. And Gemini, please. There's some signs where I'll say, get out of your heart and bring up what you're feeling and bring it to your head to logically see this. But for you right now, Gemini, it's so much over intellectualizing because you're so fucking brilliant, right? I'm talking to evolved beings, genius motherfucking level, right? Like, for real. You make shit happen. You are a go-getter. You can open your mind like no other. But sometimes air signs get stuck in their head because they're working from it. You need to take this and bring it down here, because what you are feeling cannot be intellectualized in that way, because you're trying to analyze a feeling based on a thought, if that makes sense. I feel this. Let me put it up here and think about it. But you can't logically think through a feeling, because this one thought brings another thought and another thought and another thought. And next thing you know, you're trailing off in all these different ways. And each of those ways all trail off too. All have branches. It's like a tree. And the one thought, and then a branch, a branch, a branch. And then what happens with branches? They seed, and the seedlings come out and they make more. And so it's like, you need to understand the clarity for you is that you're not trapped. That it's not reality. You're not stuck. You don't need to over intellectualize. Take what's in your mind, bring it to your heart. And in this situation, at least for here, I'm not saying we need to go with all emotion all the time. No, that's not good. But it's not all good to be up here. Gemini, you're a balance of that. So take this, bring it here. You know something that I do, and you can feel free to do it. Remember, I'm just a random girl on the internet, right? And this channel is for spiritual growth, spiritual guidance, and entertainment purposes. But something that I do, and I found that it worked. And I actually found this from another reader who told me, and it really does work. It's breath techniques. So you can start with a 3-second deep breath in, hold for 1 or 2 seconds, and then you let it out for 5 seconds. Repeat that times 3, and then ask yourself the question. And the first thing, and the answer will come. Whether I don't know if some of you have the clairs, so you might feel it, you might hear it, you might see it, right? You might know it. That's the clairs. Clairaudient, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient, and a couple others too. So, and that usually tells me the answer that I need when I'm too up in my head. I'm a Scorpio, so I can go deep into the depths, but I can also be very logical, right? So yeah, that's what it's saying, Gems. Let's see what do we have for advice for Gemini? What's the best advice for Gemini right now at this time, Spirit? Remember, there's no sex or gender in tarot. It's all arbitrary. Whether you Identify as a man or a woman. It's the energy of the divine feminine, the mother of Tarot. This is a nurturer. The advice is be you. Some of you could be having a child too. You might be pregnant, or you're holding yourself back from birthing new ideas, because everything the Empress touches turns to gold. Everything the Empress touches, she creates. Be yourself. Fall back into your femininity, because it's the Empress that came out, right? Fall back into, if you fall back into the femininity, whether male or female, it will open the heart more, but on a higher level of consciousness and perception. So you'll be able to see what you need to see by taking a step back and finding your center, and the answer will come. Because the Empress is all four queens in one. She's been through all the lessons. She's been through the Fool's Journey. She's been through from the pages and the Fool's Journey, from one queen to Queen of Fire, Queen of Air, Queen of Earth, Queen of Water. Took all of those lessons, and in the Empress, you have all of it. So use it, your mind, your heart, your action, your spirit, the tangible, practical here and now on earth. Co-create with, and then talk to spirit, talk to the universe. Because you already know. It's just a hard choice, because you don't want to do this, but you know something's not working out. You're just, I got to think about this. I got to think about this. It's like, what are you afraid of losing here? Because from what I'm seeing, it's not that great of a situation, but maybe some of you have ties to this situation. Maybe you were at a job for a long time. Maybe you have owned your own business for a long time. Maybe this is a long-term relationship that you're like, holy fuck, it's really, I gotta say no, it's time. Let me just think about this, but that's just holding us to something that's not good for us, right? Remember, only take this on if it resonates. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. If it doesn't resonate, then it's simply not your story this time. But if it does resonate, take the insights, take what applies, let the rest fly, all right? That's what I have for you today, Gemini. Is there anything else that wants to come out? Any final thoughts? I mean, the Empress is pretty, get out of your head. Look, two different decks, Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords. You're in it's a reminder that you're in a self-imposed mental imprisonment. Get out of it. Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords. I love the way Spirit works. That's why I use multiple decks in a read. Because I didn't want confirmation bias when I first started out. I didn't want to be using the same deck and then going through the different signs or different readings and the same cards popping out, because I'm using the same deck. So when I use different decks, that's how I was able to confirm, and before I even started this channel, the messages I was getting, right? And I get it from Spirit, which is my higher self. We find a way to communicate with our higher self. We all learn differently. These are flashcards. That's it. Our conscious mind misses things. Our subconscious doesn't miss a beat. Communicate with your subconscious. Some people talk to themselves. I mean, I am more of a visual person, artsy person, so I use cards, flashcards, right? Call it how you will. And who cares how we get there, as long as it's positive and optimistic from start to finish, and we're not hurting anyone or ourselves in the process. Get out of your head, Gemini. You already know the answer. You need to get out of the head, because get out of the self-imposed mental imprisonment. Bring it to the heart. You can try that breath technique that I suggested. 3 seconds in, deep breath. Hold for 1 or 2 seconds, breathe out for 5 seconds, do that times 3, then ask yourself a question, and the answer will come instantly, whether you hear it, feel it, see it. Sometimes we'll feel the sound, other times we'll hear the sight, sometimes we hear the sound and we see the sight. It just depends. Everyone's different. Everyone's gifts are different, but we all have this ability. It's just being able to tap into it. The more we heal, the more we evolve, the more we come back to center, back to soul, back to self. When we know thyself, you can know the minds and hearts of others when you know yourself. Remember that, Gemini. And it's also showing me too, if I look at this, like in visual aspects of it, you know something. You're trying to over intellectualize, but you already know. Like this is going to be how it's going to be. You're fighting the inevitable, right? And Gemini, I'm trying to talk to you as a friend. This is something that I would say to my friend, right? This channel is for, we all have things to work on, myself included, right? We meet people where they're at, just like people have met me where I'm at, or I meet people where they're at, right? And we come together and we grow. We all have to do the inner work. The best thing you can do for someone is take care of you. Because when we take care of ourselves, we can be there for others. If you're a parent, so like our kids come first, right? That's just how it is. But when you wake up in the morning, I don't know about you, but me, I need a good hour or so before I get my son up, because that first cup of coffee is mine. If I'm not good in the morning, he's not going to have a good day. So I have to make sure that I'm good, right? And I'm where I need to be, mind, body, and spirit, so that his day starts off good. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. So take care of yourself. You matter. And this is not an issue of something that can be thought through. We have to feel it. Unfortunately, and I say it like that because I see that you were trying to think it through. Well, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. It's like the energy that I'm getting, like it's got to be a way. But all it's doing is branching out into more branches. And then the thought process is just, it's keeping you stuck because you're in your head. You know what you need to do. And you can do it. You're the motherfucking Empress. Eight of Wands popped out. Well, Eight of Wands at the bottom of this deck right now, which reminds me of it is communication, but reminds me of you, Gemini. Mercury is your planet. And what do we know about Mercury? Well, Virgo also has Mercury. It's communication. You are the sign of communication. Amongst other things, you are the sign of communication. So you might be receiving a lot of message. That might be another thing. Maybe some of you are receiving a lot of messages and you can't think because you're being bombarded. Pull yourself back. Others of you need to communicate. Others of you may have been put into a situation where you communicate a little bit too much and now you're like, no, I'm hearing don't apologize. You were baited. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. It's going to be okay. It's sad right now with the Five of Cups. Yep, there's sadness. But if you look, these three are tipped over, right? We don't look at the three that are already tipped over. You got one full one behind you and one here too. You look to what's left, not what's been. We look to the future and the present. And in fives, it's a way of my guides, something that I've learned through my journey. Certain numbers mean certain things to me. And it's not confirmation bias, believe me. But this is change. It's also in numerology too, but in the Fool's Journey, this is about change. So you're feeling sad right now, or you're feeling maybe hopeless or some emotional sorrow, but getting through this will bring you to the Ten of Cups in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whether it's this person or this situation, if it's a work thing, or something else. You've been betrayed enough. You've been in your head and you've dealt with a lot of drama and trauma. This is a lot of mental mind fuckery. It's time to start over with the Fool, period. And it's time to be logical, practical, and the truth. And that's it. There's something about the home that isn't working, or something in home life stability that isn't working. Three of Swords, it's hurtful. The decision is yours. Right? Don't be in two minds. Two of Swords, two minds. The Devil, do you want to fall back to how things were? And the Devil doesn't have to be super negative or super toxic. This could be a trauma bond. This could be codependency. This could be an old mindset or belief. Sure, it can be addictions. Sure, it can be negative and toxic, but only you know your story. Do you want this? Or do you want balance? equal reciprocity, equal give and take. You give, I give. You give, I give. Like that. There's also an emphasis on the colors here. So I'm seeing it. Yes, you communicate with the blue, but it's like almost like that needs to kind of, right now it's like focusing on being rooted with, because the root chakra, keeping yourself grounded, and something about the sacral chakra. So creativity, which was the Empress, but also to be careful of sexual trauma bonds. Now, I don't actually think I've ever saw the pair like this before, but that's what I'm getting today, and every read's different. The choice is yours. Make the most practical choice and stop battling yourself with the Five of Wands. Two of Pentacles, the practical choice. Stop battling yourself with the Five of Wands. Something needs to end. Death and rebirth, go into Phoenix mode, because you know better with the Hierophant. Traditional, but this is enlightenment. This would be, if you're religious, it's like the equivalent to a pope. If you're not religious and you're spiritual, it's like the equivalent to like a Buddha, right? Like enlightenment, right? If you're not into either, but you're watching me, then it would be math. Numbers don't lie. Humans can manipulate numbers, but number themselves don't lie as we know it. That's what I have for you, my beautiful gems of my eye. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, comment, share, follow, depending on what social media platform you're watching me on, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. Remember, guys, I'm trying to grow the channel, and I'm super appreciative because you have been helping me grow the channel. We're almost at 1,000 subs on YouTube. Facebook and TikTok is coming along too, but hit that like button. All right, gems of my eye. Love ya.